Hi Leos, this is Seven Shadows with your mid-month tarot reading for September 2015. And also feel free to check out your rising sign and moon sign videos if you feel that those apply to you strongly. Because often a lot of the messages, we're all multifaceted, multidimensional beings, and sometimes it's good to get kind of a full picture of what's going on for you. So Leos, so your reading this month is kind of, it seems like you've been through some difficult times, and luckily we're moving away from them. It's still, this reading is very dominated by the sword energy, the air energy. And so it seems like a time when you're really representing our first card here, the Queen of Swords. And I believe this represents you in this reading, although often this would show up as an air sign female. So Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius female. But I think here, this is you. She's a very queenly queen and very good at, very good with her thoughts, logic, words. She can be very kind of managerial. I'm seeing that you might have some, you might kind of be in a state of authority where you're kind of telling different people how to do or spreading your ideas and philosophies. I don't want to say in like a demanding kind of way, but you do have this sense where you know a lot, you know a whole lot, and your words carry a lot of weight, and you're very confident in them, and you feel like other people should be listening to what you have to say. And so yeah, you're kind of in that position. Do be cautious with the Queen of Swords, and since like most of your cards here are turning up as sword cards, that just be a little cautious that you don't become too argumentative at this time, because the swords are kind of a difficult suit. They deal with arguments, battles, debates, and things that can really cause some people to be at odds. Though they have a lot of like positive implications as well, like getting to the truth, getting to the heart of the matter, making good plans and good ideas that are based in sound logic and sound decision making. So all of that is very pronounced right now, and you're doing, it seems to me like you're making some big decisions and some big future plans. And yeah, that's a harnessing of the air energy. You might also be, it seems to me like you already have kind of a mastery of certain ideas. Maybe it's based on some issues that you've dealt with earlier this year, but you've come to a point of like real understanding, to the point where you can fully verbalize all of this, whatever it is that you know, all of this information you know, in a way that really spells it out for people. So it's not so tainted by emotions and feelings and desires and let's see, you know, all of the other suits. This is like purely about the ideas, what the truth is, and also being very cutting, I guess, in your decisions. So kind of making the hard decisions. For instance, if you have to make a choice, or you know, you've been, this is just completely example, I have no idea if this applies to anyone out there, but say you need to end a relationship for some reason or another, and you know there's still all these issues to work out, and you kind of want to stay, but you realize like, I have to go, it's really the option I have to make what's best for me, and so you go. And you don't apologize and you don't think too hard about it, at least not right now. You know what you have to do when you do it. So that's the Queen of Swords. Just be aware that you might end up hurting some feelings in the process. So try to be a little sensitive to that. Don't go crazy with this energy. But it's really powerful for you right now, and you will be seen as like an authority on some matters in your fields. And even if some people want to shoot you down or debate and argue and all of that with you, I think you're going to be really gaining some respect, and by verbalizing really intelligently and from personal experience about things that you truly understand inside and out, you're going to be seen as kind of like a master in your field, whatever that is. The next card you have coming up is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is a very nice card. It's about waiting for your ships to come in. So that could be in a business sense or in any sense where you've put something out there as in a project or made some moves in your life recently and you've kind of been waiting to see results. This is a card about seeing those results come in. So you're starting to see some hard work come back to you, which is pretty awesome because you do seem pretty stabilized with this queen. At least you're sure of yourself or like willing to fight for your position. And things are definitely coming back to you. So just have a little patience, but you're seeing some rewards. If there's any project you've been working on or a new career that you've started or you've moved and have been waiting to get settled and see things take off, you're starting to see some support and some, could even be like financially, but you're seeing some rewards coming back to you, or just some of the outcomes of your hard work coming back. And I think that's really helping you out because it seems like you've been kind of waiting for this for a while and kind of going on faith and hoping that something would work out for you. And this is kind of restoring your sense of joy and faith. Say, okay, I did make the right move. Okay, everything I'm working for is possible. Okay. I'm not just going to give in to these people who have been questioning or kind of undermining your sense of security and your sense of self. You're starting to really stabilize. The threes are a stabilizing kind of number about something kind of starting to become fruitful, and you're kind of like nurturing a new idea or business or projects or even relationship into being. So that's really great. I'll probably jump around and come back to those as well because some of these cards really speak to each other. The next card we have coming up is Strength. And Strength is right in the middle of your reading. This is a super Leo card. So it represents internal strength in several different ways. But first of all, like the strength of the lion, that wild, fierce, animalistic, raw power and passion and drive and all of that. And then you have the maiden who harnesses that Leo lion energy and takes it to a higher level. So she has like a very kind and gentle heart, which accompanies that fierce and wild heart and gives it some direction and some focus and some real connection to higher purposes. So that energy isn't just burning and wasted. That energy is like harnessed. So yeah, so this is a very powerful card. It seems like you have a good grasp of both of those areas of yourself, and you're really harnessing both sides of your energy and connecting to your path and your purpose, as well as your inner self. You have a great sense of pride and confidence, which is a big aspect of Leo, as you know. So that pride and confidence and strength really complements this, the fact that you're in this queenly state where you're maybe a little bit argumentative, but very sure of yourself, you're sure of your ideas, and you're confident in your ability to communicate your ideas and to communicate your strength from a place of not just trying to mouth off and feed your ego, but from a place of balanced strength. Although, again, always be cautious. There's a lot of potential for, if you are kind of feeding your ego too much, all of these swords can kind of blow up your spot. So with all of this air energy, you might kind of, if you do kind of find a frustrating situation, you may be apt to argue too much or to focus on being right to the detriment of informing or creating a better situation. But that's okay, like, you can only do your best. And the next card showing up here is the Princess of Swords. So she's having some kind of conversation with this Queen of Swords here. I think the Princess of Swords, this could just be reiterating that you're in this powerful area of owning your air energy and your ideas and intellect and all of that. I'm seeing her maybe as coming up as someone else who you've had some kind of argument with. Mostly because these are two sword ladies and facing away from each other. It seems like there's been some kind of argument here, or a parting of ways over something. For some reason you didn't see eye to eye, or something came up and you just had to part ways. I'm not sure what that is for everyone. And this could be an air sign female. So, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius female, or someone embodying these air sign traits. This could also represent people around you or someone around you gossiping or spreading rumors, or just a lot of talk and ideas that may or may not be fully grounded, but there's a lot of talk. So if there are people that maybe are kind of put off by your position of strength here, they might feel a little bit argumentative, or they might be feeling argumentative because you've stepped on their ego in some way, or stepped on their pride, or just not understood some other aspect of what's going on for them. Because with like the next few cards are swords as well, so you might be focusing more on the intellectual or being in your head more than seeing where they're coming from as far as the emotional aspect or material aspects. So there might be a little bit of conflict going on there. I do think if you have had an argument or split ways, it's probably for the best, and I think that's a part of what is helping you regain your strength, because you're really at a time when you're regaining your personal power, and for some reason this, whatever arguments you've had in the recent past, or whatever splitting of ways that have come up in the recent past, have been really a burden for you. And you haven't been able to really tap into your personal power. So you're doing that now, and that is what matters. And the next card you have coming up is the Eight of Swords, reversed, which is actually great. Because the Eight of Swords is a card that is about It's a card about conflict or crisis or being trapped in a situation and not knowing how to get out. In some decks, it's a woman who's blindfolded and surrounded by swords, like she's in a cage. In this sense, it would be about, it could even be about like censorship, so not being able to express your ideas and opinions properly, or just, yeah, I think this is in the past because coming up reversed, it's a problem, and moving away from this problem it's a really positive sign, and it seems to me like it's in the past. So whatever kind of crisis you were going through and you couldn't find a way out, it seems that you have. And that's really great, obviously, because you really have regained your strength and are regaining your strength in the latter half of this month. And your personal power and your sense of self, maybe even your ego or just like your sense of pride. And because this card is very much about being trapped and not having a way out and not being able to, almost feeling like your inner strength is just not working. It's almost useless, like you can't help yourself. But you found a way to, and you're moving away from this issue. And since we're talking about the sword energies, this could be like a literal fight, or it could be some kind of verbal or mental argument. Like maybe you had to consider so many other opinions and ideas and aspects of a situation that you weren't able to help yourself, or you weren't able to express yourself candidly, or tune into what you needed or what you felt you needed to express to possibly, I don't know, save others, or just not get yourself in some further shit. So yeah, let me know if this makes sense to you guys. I know it's jumping around a little bit, but I'm seeing this as like a complex, multi-dimensional situation for some of you. But moving away from that, it's such a release. Like you're really appreciating this release and this freedom. And freedom to move, like think of the swords as the air energy, and all the creatures of the air. They're all about freedom of motion, of expression, of ideas without having to worry too much about the consequence or the outcome. Although you're probably concerned about that direction as well, but there's something to be said for just being able to express yourself and to mean what you say and not have to consider the consequence of every word, which I think you must have been going through in the past, or probably still are with some of these arguments and debates that are going on. But, dude, I see that you do have a very strong gift for verbalizing and for drawing people to your side or to your point of view and for expanding their minds. So I do think that you have some support and a lot of people who see eye to eye with you and are getting to know you better and getting to enjoy working with you because of your intelligence and all of that. So yeah, you're moving away from some difficulties and starting to feel really light and free. If that has anything to do with this Three of Wands, where you've recently moved away from something or towards something else and started some new endeavor, and that's paying off for you as well. This move has been very positive for your health and your sense of self, and also for some kind of new project that you're starting here. I think that wasn't possible before. Like maybe you had to make this move to start this business, or maybe you had to make a move because your family situation was very stifling or something like that. It was just a choice you had to make, and you did it, and it was hard, but it had to be done. Now it's getting better. Now you're starting to feel like yourself again. Yes, feel like yourself again, Leo. That's the central card here is you, the Leo card. I know I keep repeating that, but it seems like you haven't for a while, and you're really regaining your power right now. And the overview card I have drawn for you is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is a card about meditation. It's kind of interesting because as a sword, it's less about battles and about debate, and it's more about resting from all of that. So it's about meditation, kind of being alone with your thoughts and reflecting. It can be healing as well, so taking a real healing break from whatever battles you've been fighting, whatever issues, getting some distance from them. So you could be taking a literal vacation, or taking a little time off of work, or just spending a little time alone, resting and relaxing, and very much like meditating, contemplating, and actually getting out of your head a little bit, allowing yourself to get into your body a little bit more, because with some of these very heady cards, it's not necessarily healthy or balanced to have only sword energy going on for, more than a couple weeks at a time. That can be a little straining on your minds. You could even have like a mental breakdown or something, or have already had that. And so taking this time to recover is really important. So I'd suggest getting out in nature, or even as this card shows, like going to the beach or somewhere beautiful, where you're not thinking about your daily worries all the time. So even if this is just a little time each day to meditate and tune into yourself and tune into your other needs and desires, and just kind of relax your head a little bit. And I do think that this meditation is related to you regaining your strength. It's something you have been doing and are continuing to do. It's very necessary after everything you've been through. And it's also necessary moving forward because, before you can really move forward, or before you move forward with so much force that you hurt people or cause more problems for yourself, you kind of need to step back to relax and center and remember what else you're going for. And these problems will be on your mind for a little while, but they're going to start to fade. So this is a great time to tune into yourself and your needs and your goals. And, somehow, whatever this Three of Wands represents to you, whether this is business or some kind of project or activity you've been working on, this will help you kind of stay on the path to building that up, because it seems like it's just in the beginning stages. And you do want to take the time to nurture that and not just push it forward with decisions, but actually cut out all the bullshit and all the excesses from your life and cut with the past. And then you can work more on the other aspects of building and nurturing this project or whatever it is to a higher level and to completion, and something you're really satisfied with. So, yeah. And earlier when I was shuffling, I saw the Empress pop out, and she kind of struck me as, you have all this powerful female energy with these two ladies, and, you know, I don't think she so much represents you, though she could. But anyways, the Empress is a very powerful card, and she really is about the feminine, motherly, nurturing aspects, like the kind of the goddess energy, the female creatrix, and she's all about like nurturing even more so than all of this sword decision making, fighting, and idea forming and expression. She's very earthy and watery, very nurturing and feminine. So for her to pop out shows me that to remember to be that nurturing with yourself and to give yourself the time, space, and room to grow, not to put too much pressure on yourself and others right now, because you'll tend towards that. It seems like you will tend towards that at the time. So take care to put in a lot of self-care, and whatever project or business that you're working in, try to approach it from a more motherly angle. So, instead of necessarily directing everything or doing both, but making sure to nurture as well, and to bring in all the elements that project or relationship or anything that it needs. So that's like love and affection, and making sure you cover all bases, and give in a caring way. Because at this point, it seems like in the past, like giving was an issue for you. Like you gave a lot, and it ended up you ended up feeling like you didn't have what you needed, or what would really support you. So there's some kind of like stress or trauma healing from that. But do remember here that giving in certain senses, you don't have to cut yourself off from that energy. You don't have to step completely out of that role, because you've already severed some kind of situation. So now you can take up some of that nurturing and that feminine side of your strength, and put that out there without it leaving you in a bad situation, or without it allowing your strength to wane. Because it seems like you have your strength here. You're concerned about maintaining it, and you can still afford to be kind and caring and generous, as long as you are protecting yourself, obviously, and worrying about yourself first. But you do need to bring out some of that to further your goals in the future. So it won't be just about owning this Queen of Swords energy, but about well, I think you get what I'm talking about, hopefully. Like the whole spectrum of owning your power. So kind of a more of a balanced way moving forward. But yeah, that's just the time that we're in right now. So I do think that you're going in the right direction, starting to see some rewards coming in for you, and having a stronger sense of self after some difficult times. So take a break. Take care of yourself. That's most important right now. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, Leos. And please let me know if it applies to you, or if you have any questions or comments. And I hope to see you next month. if you are interested in a reading, please check out my website, which isn't really working very well yet, but should be soon. And I also do healing sessions, and should be posting some interesting stuff, so feel free to check back. Bye!